Yo, not from Izizi. From Izizi, as always. Africa to the core. Brewreaucracy is the thing we want to look at. We want to check out the numbers, my friend, on how this is another one of those episodes. The commercialization of alcohol is our main thing today. So doctor.
Previously we had talked about how important alcohol was in our African setting.
Yeah.
And what role it was playing in our first episode. But now we gotta ask yourself a question: why don't we have a billboard in
Rio
or Sao Paulo,
Brasileria,
yeah, or somewhere in
Mexico,
Kumamoto,
Japan? There's a fun fact I actually found out. There's this lady called Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
She plays tennis.
Yeah.
So she has, I don't know, it's a company or it's an organization which is called Hanakuma. I was like, that was a good one. Whoever made that one.
So if you ask yourself a question, why is that is it that African billboards, we have all these brands of alcohol, but we don't have a Muratina billboard in Rio?
Yeah.
We don't have like Changamoto. Like we could have like Changamoto.
Yeah, Ngango.
Or whatever you can call it.
68%.
And then volume. 68%. You have to finish that.
Yeah.
68%.
It's flight mode straight. It's just like 3 shots in, you're like, oh wow, I'm actually with my ancestors right now.
So the question is, why is it not happening like that? No, now we could first of all ask ourselves, who is selling beer to us? Who is selling alcohol or drinks to us? Well, in our local or in our African setting, what is happening is that our Muratina, our Changa, our Busa, our Nazi is being criminalized as illicit.
Yeah.
The word illicit means illegal. You know, it's only used when we are talking about alcohol. I've never heard someone say
you have made in illicit crime. I've never heard anything like that.
You're wearing an illicit trouser.
You've gone too much. Too far.
So the question is, who is actually selling alcohol to the world?
Yeah.
So there are companies that we're looking at their market capitalization.
Yeah.
As for those who don't understand, market capitalization is how what is their worth?
Yeah, the numbers.
The numbers. So we have Muay Thai, which its capitalization is 319 billion dollars.
Yeah.
We have Bush
Anheuser.
Yes, which is 128. That's German.
Yeah.
We have Diageo, that is British, which is 104 billion dollars. Again, we are talking about billions of dollars. That's a lot. That's a budget for like
some countries.
Some countries, yeah. We have Waliahe Ibn, which has 97 billion. We have Heineken. Everyone knows what is Heineken.
Yeah.
We have Pernod Ricard, which is 57 billion dollars. And then we have Abev. We are not going to go on and on and on.
The stats are there.
So what we're saying is these companies are very rich, but we are the consumers of what they are producing.
Yeah.
The other question is, if we are the consumers and we have our own drinks, and those drinks now have been criminalized, the question is, why is that happening? It would be nice for me to take mnazi when you go for a business trip in New York.
Yeah.
And in a liquor store there is mnazi or something. I don't know what they call Abdallah Yassim. You know the way they call like Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
We have
Nahoda Abdallah.
Nahoda Abdallah, or maybe something from Somali.
Yeah.
And then we don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. The Mogadishu.
And you like the fucking taste.
And you're like, yes, this is what we should be doing in fact at this particular time.
And you're somewhere having fun with a Brazilian woman. She's tasting it, and you're tasting it. I don't want to continue from there. But the other question is, if alcohol is being produced,
yeah,
and it's being marketed to us, and we are not actually benefiting in any way, we just enriching these companies that are like a few companies, they are not many.
Yeah.
Who is controlling the narrative that your alcohol is bad and their alcohol is good?
It's good, yeah.
Where is that coming from? Because in the early days, if we go back to our traditions, we will find that every occasion, one of the things that was very important was johi.
Yes.
And alcohol being important in a ceremony, it was sealing contracts.
Yes.
Contracts like land sale, birth, marriages,
weddings. Yeah, it was very important.
It was very important that people can drink together.
Yes.
Now, when you come and you call yourself, no, we are a government. We are these. I don't understand what they call government. We are this entity that is saying to its people.
Yeah.
It's not telling the other people. You know, if it was somebody else who is from the outside, don't bring that shit to us. That thing is bad.
Yeah.
But now we have like Kikuyu tradition where I come from. Muratina is it's in our culture. It's in the core of our culture.
Yeah.
Even when we go for dowry ceremonies, marriage ceremonies, whether you are Christian, Muslim, whatever, and you are a Kikuyu, our culture dictates that you have to offer or you have to bring alcohol, that muratina, to the ceremony.
Exactly.
So the question we are asking is, if an entity is coming to our culture and saying, this whatever you're doing from now on, after thousands and thousands of years,
yes, you shouldn't follow.
No, this is
criminalized.
This is criminal. This is demonic. This is poisonous.
Yes.
This is making people retarded or something. I don't know what it does. But now that's the question we're asking.
I think for me, the answer comes from, it's not the answer, one of the things, let's just put it as it is. One, definitely the marketing is crazy. So one, if whoever these companies are, like Pernod Ricard or whoever, they come up with their marketing schemes and they have to market to us their own type of brand. And us, especially, one of the things that makes me really disappointed about Africans is that we see and we consume as is. we don't question it. We just take it as it is. We see it being advertised on TV, and we are like, next time I'm out with my friends, I'll probably have that particular brand that is on, or that has been marketed to. When in real sense, the thing that you should be consuming is the thing that was there from the word go from your ancestors. They brought it down, and not even once did we ever hear about. We didn't have like even these modern day problems of, I don't know, drinking and driving or irresponsibility because of alcohol. There was nothing like that back in the day. No one was like drinking and being found I don't know, hitting a cow or something because he's drunk. Because people don't get there were still lines that were drawn. Nowadays with this new age alcohol, there are no lines that are drawn. We have now, the government has to come up with laws that have to govern the same alcohol that is being marketed to us. But yet, when we have our own alcohol that had its own rules and regulations, which were already passed down, it wasn't something that you had to make. It was just taking it and now adapting it and letting the people enjoy the drink themselves. I think for me it still is a kind of a colonization of the mind. People are not seeing the essence of our alcohol as our brews. Let's put it as that, our brews as they were supposed to be. Because as for us, yes, we used to have them during a lot of our ceremonies. Remember, one of the other things was you always see nowadays, even I don't know if it's still rampant, but back in the day, you were like, if you take something and put it in your tumbler, we first have to pour it for some, like, I don't know, it was for the ancestors or something. Up until when I came to figure out that actually this is what Africans used to do. So that is where it came from. I was shocked for once. Back then I thought it was just some cliche thing like, yo, if we're having a drink, a little for the ancestors. But now you see, the ceremonies were also tied to for the living and also the our ancestors from where we came from, because there's a very good connection between the two.
Yeah, actually, in Africa settings, people didn't believe that your life ends when you die. It's a continuation of being born, then continuing to
Transitioning,
live, transitioning to something else.
Yeah.
If now we were to ask, the other question is it that our way of making alcohol, it's poisonous, or has it been poisonous, so that now we can say, now this,
yeah, it's bad.
This is a
Bad
poisonous
for your health.
thing.
It's hazardous.
It's hazardous.
I don't think so. Practically, I don't think so, because if you actually, I was even having one of these conversations up country when one of the elders was telling me that Moratina, you'd never get, I don't know what you call it. Sometimes if you ever drank some of this cheap liquor, you sometimes find your joints are aching or something like that. Like if you drink Moratina, there's nothing like that.
There's nothing like that.
There's nothing like that. Yes, you'd get drunk, but there's no weakness that you are feeling, or your body is feeling some type is weak, because one, even the ingredients of Moratina are like pure fruits. It's just a process of fermentation that has taken place.
Yeah, actually, because see, most of the people who are consuming this, whatever you calling like cheap, very cheap,
Liquor.
yeah, cheap chemicals.
Yeah.
They will end up having problems of even what are they called for men problems.
Shida za kiume. I think that's the name. Yeah, shida za kiume. something like that.
I did not say you translate to Swahili.
That's the only people who understand. I'm looking for the word
Erection.
erectile dysfunction or something.
Yes, and you see, because you're consuming chemicals
Yeah.
that are not natural,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure I'm not sure about it when it comes to whatever you're importing.
Yes. In fact, we don't know.
We're not sure because you get it when it's ready.
Yeah.
Now, for us, if you're making like mratina or mnazi, it's a community process. It's
Yeah.
not one person just deciding okay, I'm gonna open up some factory somewhere
And start
making mratina. No,
Yeah.
it's like a community thing,
Yeah.
and it's not centered in one person.
Yeah.
The reason as to why I have a problem with us criminalizing our own way of life is when I look at the Japanese lifestyle. When they are brewing alcohol using rice,
sake.
when they are doing sake thing,
Yeah.
they are so free with it.
Exactly. No.
And nobody is coming to them, and anybody can make sake in Japan.
Exactly. Anybody can make it, and also you also find that as much as anyone can make it, if you and I still go to a shop in Kenya, we'll still find a Japanese brew made from sake.
Yeah.
So it means, one, they have mastered the art of commercialization, and two, also they have let people be.
Yeah.
And they have let people enjoy their traditions and their drinks as it was back in the day. So why is it so hard then in our country for us as a country to look back and say, these are the things that used to work for us, let's go back and do the same thing that was working for us, and support it also.
So the process of making alcohol is basically fermentation, then distillation.
Yes.
There is no other magic outside
None.
that.
There's zero.
And that's what people do when they are making like a beer. And then you achieve that 5%.
Yeah.
And then you distill that.
Yeah. You get higher percent.
You get higher percentage.
Yeah.
34%, 35%.
40.
Distill it further, get 40, get, that's one of
triple distillation.
Yes.
Some of those.
Now, if that is what Africans have been doing, because for like our local beer, it's a beer. It's not yet.
Yeah, it's not distilled.
It's not distilled.
Yeah.
And if you take a normal beer from these off the shelf, and then somebody else takes a cup of what same equivalent, you'd get like the same drunkenness.
Yes, level of high. So
tipsy.
I think I that's why I think it's and also I think adding to that is you find something like Busa is also like the beer version of the drink. Then now Changa is the distilled version of Busa, because now if you distill Busa, you get a more potent drink. And also I saw one of the Nubians were some of the first people to actually do one of the craziest form of distillation and get a drink that was almost 60% alcohol.
I think they had too many problems. We are not content with that 5%. What else do you want in life, man? Like,
but I think but that was back in the day, in 1930s or 20s, if I'm not wrong. And if they mastered the science, and it wasn't from somewhere else,
or maybe there was chicken pox in their surrounding. They were looking for cure.
Yeah, probably. And
that's
someone
just
said, like,
my stupid theory.
Maybe we never know. You never know. So I think if the Nubians were able to do it at a 70%, if Changa is a distilled version of Busa, Mnazi, I also think that Mnazi, if you distill it, I'm not so sure, but we do have a drink in Tanzania that is actually distilled from Nazi.
Apparently, vodka,
Yeah.
what people refer to as vodka,
Yeah.
is changa.
Wow.
The process is the same. The only thing that is the difference is that vodka has some additives or preservatives.
Yes.
But the other one, you just
Natural.
once you finish doing the distillation,
Yeah.
you start taking shots.
Yeah, you give it to the people, man.
And the people are gonna have a party.
It's gonna be you know, I think I was telling you there's that drink in Bolivia where like you'd drink it and then you'd be like gone for days, my friend. You drink it. I think it was the beer version of the drink. It was a sugarcane drink. Actually, it's funny, it was like a Moratina drink. Funny part. His brothers will drink themselves to a stupor, blackout, wake up and find themselves still in the same setting and be like, yo, probably your friends hadn't blacked out, so they're like, let's continue this shit. And they do that like the whole of the weekend because they had like a weird, not a weird, it was a good schedule. Like in between the week, you're busy farming and shit, you're doing your family thing. Then this other time is now time for the good vibes and everything. And they do that.
I think they had that thing we normally are trying to advocate for online.
Yeah.
Saturdays for the boys.
Saturdays for the boys, man. And it's this is like long time back. You know, some of these things we look at them like they're like a foreign concept, but us even as if us as Africans also as the Bolivians were like people from that other side, but they knew the importance of separating your ordinary life and also putting a little bit of spice into it.
But I think they didn't have it as good as we were having it, because like in like our Kikuyu setup, the boys or the men were separated from the women.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the way we have Arabic kind of setting.
Yes.
Where you find in the stadium, one side of going to watch football, one side is women, and then is men.
And it used to fucking work.
And I'm saying that because having a good time, at the same time you are thinking and solving problems and coming up with solutions.
Yeah.
When you are together as men.
Yes.
This thing of one man doing their thing, being employed in some fucking shithole company somewhere.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, he goes home to a wife who is ill-mannered.
Yeah.
Who complains all the time.
Yeah, who doesn't give a shit.
And then the daughters are there, the sister is there, and the house is very small. You know, if you look at those dynamics, those are not African dynamics.
It wasn't, yeah.
African dynamics is when there is a community.
Yeah, the community has to be there and exist.
And what the life we are living right now, it's not our life at all.
It was a life brought to us. It's
life that is imported. And as long as we are realizing that this thing isn't working for us, it hasn't worked for the last 100 years.
Yeah.
The whites came here like in the year 1890s. 1890s.
Yeah.
And it's 120 years, we can say.
Absolutely, 120 going.
120 years. But before then, Africans had like thousands of years. We cannot be able to tell like from their records of 1500s, 1400s, 1300s.
Exactly.
There is that evidence.
Yes.
So we had actually figured out how to live without anybody's else's influence.
Exactly. And there's no how someone can now come and give us a lifestyle. And it's funny because I'm happy that nowadays people are realizing that this shit isn't working anymore.
It's not.
We have to either rethink, or the basic thing is Afro is easy. Go back to our roots, man, and understand why things happened the way they were happening. And remember, for a person to have existed at that particular time shows that there were laws, there were codes that were there. Especially for Africans, it was more of a code. There were laws, but we were not regarding them as laws. People knew when to draw the line, when to not draw the line.
Yeah, and when now we come back to asking ourselves, if we are not brewing,
Yeah.
and it's brewed elsewhere, then we are buying, then business-wise we are losing.
Absolutely.
Because we are consuming
and enriching.
And when you make money or when you work hard, you are putting your resources to that other side that is not you in any way.
Absolutely. It's ridiculous.
Now comes to that question where you ask yourself, the authorities that enforce these laws, who are these people? You know, some questions, like I saw Kairisa Maida was trying to bring back the whole issue of Nazis hours.
Yes.
Stop demonizing Nazi.
Yeah.
It's our coastal
thing,
our
man.
Swahili thing.
Yeah.
Our, is it Wadigo?
Yeah, the Mijikenda.
Mijikenda.
Yeah.
It's a thing they do.
Yeah.
Now, if you criminalize Busa and Changa and uplift everything else that is coming to us, you are making us poorer.
Absolutely.
And making them richer.
Exactly.
And you are in power at the same time, and saying you are serving the people.
Yeah. And
are you really serving the people, or who are you serving?
No, you're serving other masters. You are just continuing with the process of colonization. In fact, it's just it's neo-colonization. In fact, because I really never get it. And then the other part is, we have seen these numbers. These numbers are showing that some of these amounts are budgets of countries.
Yeah.
Right. Yet some of these African countries, we are still struggling with even raising just a basic budget. Basic resources can't even reach the people. And when you have this one chance to utilize it and make sure you're getting returns from it, you don't want to take it, because it's in your head. You have been you don't know what is it even called.
I think what is supposed to happen is, people are supposed to be given back, or to take back their culture.
Yeah, by force.
And once you have your culture,
Yeah.
and you with your people, now you decide, we need to drink, we need to go brew.
Yeah.
If you don't want to brew, somebody is there selling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If maybe you are busy doing your other shit, you still find
it. Exactly. Now, if there are concerns that when people make alcohol, they put in poison and all that kind of things, those shit entrepreneurs, which I think they are everywhere in the whole world.
Absolutely.
It's not just here.
It's not even not only even in the alcohol business, even in other forms of businesses.
Yeah. So my understanding would be, if something has potential, like the way we have cigarette being smoked, and it's very legal,
deadly,
and it's I said legal, and you understood lethal at the same time. It is both things.
Yes.
And the only thing they did is control how it is made.
Yes.
If you did the same, you control, or you give standards.
Yes.
And inspect the way they go to hotels and look at if you are cooking for people,
you
have to be clean, some standards. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you are to brew alcohol and all that, you would be required to meet some standards.
Exactly.
That way we would be enriching ourselves.
Yes.
And exporting it.
Exactly. And also we also be consuming it at the same time. I think it would also be like a really good thing if apart from, I think we were saying, if we were in Brazil and seeing a billboard would be good. But I also think, like, if it was a typical Friday night in Nairobi and I go to my favorite joint and I find a brother of mine having maybe a distilled version of Moratina. He has taken the 750 ml. Some other brother has a Mnazi. Some other is maybe.
No, we wouldn't do it 750 ml. It's a jerry can. My friend. 5 liters. Like
Yeah.
I have 5 liters of like 35% kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm with my friends.
Yeah.
And maybe that thing is called Kenodia brew.
Yes.
Whatever. And then if I can find it in New York,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
Give me some Kenodia, my friend.
20 liters, my friend.
10 liters of it. And down
On
there.
the card, yeah.
And Abdara, some dude there is
Exactly.
taking
Nahoda Abdallah.
Nahoda Abdara.
It would be good. And you see, like even the sense of I remember the sense of belonging would be immaculate, because I remember one time when I was a child, some of these brewing companies, no, I don't have to say the name, but what they were doing is some of the advertisements were trying to show them that the drink gives them a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
But in real sense, the drink isn't made even in this country.
It's something that you don't even know how it came to be here.
Exactly. Even if there are factories that are here that are maybe doing the beer and stuff, it's still, the people who set it up, they were not Africans.
I think again, the dynamic of companies is the profit is what is the lion's share.
Absolutely.
And if you think about it, if you come up and set up a brewing company here, and the company is owned by somebody else, what you're doing is you're using my land, number one, my resources,
True,
to make profits for you, and you are aware and you're not here.
exactly.
So you are siphoning my resources to you.
Yeah.
And you're saying, okay, I'm creating employment. Fuck it. You're creating employment. We could brew our own alcohol.
Exactly, and create the same freaking employment.
Employment? What employment are you talking about? We could retain, or like the way Japanese are retaining the proceeds of sake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The employees, I don't think there's a Kenyan in the factories doing the sake. It's totally Japanese.
Yeah.
And even the whole process, there's also the process of even after the brewing, there's the marketing, there is the shipping it outside.
Yeah.
It's Japanese who are controlling that shit. Why then is it? Why can't we do? I don't think we lack brain power in Africa. In fact, if even the numbers nowadays show that a lot of Africans are actually moving out of Africa because there are no opportunities, when we have 10 million opportunities to just do our own shit. If we just go back and look at the way we used to do our things and come and incorporate it to how we want to run it, and definitely, one, the brain power will not be leaving some of these countries. We'll be retaining it and also retaining the profits.
Yeah, the profits.
So I think I was talking about the sense of belonging. So I was really asking myself, if this beer was advertising to us that there's a sense of belonging, that it is a Kenyan beer, and then funny part, it even has an English name anyway. So do you imagine how if it was now the Abdallah that is being advertised, and actually they say that they advertise with the notion of it bringing a sense of belonging, it will absolutely marry with the concept. Me, I'd buy into it 1000% of the time.
Just to say now the Abdara and I have Changa, that is
Wafura.
no Omodi something. Because like our brothers from the lakeside will have to have
They should, man.
like Omodi Samak. And nobody else would understand what that means.
Exactly.
And we would like love it.
Absolutely, you'd get it.
would like, if I go to those sides and I see people like doing changa, I would want to have a taste of the way you would go to the coast side. I would like to go to Ghana.
Yeah.
And have their stuff, the Ghanaian brew.
Also the Nigerian one. What is the name? I can't remember the name, but yes.
The question is who owns it. You should ask yourself, even if it's called Nigerian,
Yeah.
maybe it's not.
Maybe.
Mostly it's not.
Maybe it's not. Yeah.
I'm just saying mostly it's not.
Big chances are it's gone. So I think there's that part of us as Africans trying to identify with our own drinks, because, and then remember also, even why do people drink nowadays? If you think about it, it's definitely the pressures of, as we had done in the first podcast, the pressures of life and everything. But remember, from an African perspective, it was a very ceremonial thing.
It's a ceremony. It's something that is, we can use the word divine.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's something that is it's meant to happen.
Yes.
It's not something that is abrupt.
Yeah. You don't just decide. Like,
it's not like because of class or anything.
No.
You just drink to kind of like connect.
That is where the sense of belonging comes.
Yes, you connect to
community
each other.
Again. Exactly.
You become a community. You become one, brotherhood.
Exactly.
Now, this individualism thing that everybody is on their own, and by the way, with that, we are losing big time.
Everything is going down. As
Arabs are winning because they have brotherhood.
Exactly.
They
embrace
together. They are together when they are making United Arabs Emirates.
Exactly. You can see even in some of their what they call their ceremonies, whether it's Ramadan or everything. Yeah. They come together.
It's a brotherhood.
Exactly. You don't look at someone in a different type of way. You look at him as a brother, as a person who is in a community as you are, the same tribe. And when I say tribe, I don't mean tribe. I just mean like
the community.
Exactly, the community. You are in a proper setting. And if our alcohol was giving us that, then why are we not? Why are we not doing it?
Maybe my final remarks would be, please bring back our brews and our roots. Our roots and our brews.
The brews have it then.